In this video, I'm sharing the relationship between photography and mental health and looking at 8 core benefits that you can start making the most of today. Hi there, I'm Dan. I've been a photographer for over a decade and I've written extensively for multiple publications about the relationship between photography and mental health and how photography can really get us out of some tough times. Now, quick disclaimer, this is of course not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. This is more advice that I'm taking from my own experience and from speaking with several other photographers within the industry. So don't take it as medical advice, but I do truly believe that these 8 benefits can impact you and your mental health in a positive way. So the first benefit is that it promotes mindfulness. Now, mindfulness meditation has taken the mainstream by storm over the last decade, and for good reason. There are studies that do say and prove that being mindful can have a positive impact on your mental health. Think about it. We're usually thinking about things that have happened or things that may happen, and this can be a real cause for anxiety. But when you're out on the streets or doing portrait photography or landscape photography, you're very much immersed into the moment, and it's a mindful practice where you're zoning in on what you're doing and what is happening. And what happens is this takes your mind away from all these kind of negative thoughts that are infiltrating you and perhaps getting you down. So think about it. The more that you practice photography, the more that you're being mindful, and you can see it as some kind of meditation. You know, you don't always have to sit there and breathe through your nose and clear your mind. That's not easy for people to do. But picking up your camera and doing what you love is much more rewarding, much easier, and can still give you those mindful benefits that uplift your mood and take your mind away from the worries of life. The next benefit is it can reduce stress. Think about it. We've got stressful jobs, stressful homes, stressful life. It seems there is an infinite number of pathways that can lead to a stressful existence. So we need to fill our life with things that we enjoy, that we like to do, that aren't a cause for stress. Of course, yes, professional photography can be stressful in itself, but here I'm talking about just doing photography for the love of it. It gives you a fun and uplifting experience. And the more you do that, the more it can reduce the amount of stress that is impacting your mind, that is dominating your mind, and it can replace it with more uplifting feelings, more uplifting emotions, and release more uplifting chemicals in the brain. So getting out there and doing photography can absolutely be a cause for stress reduction. The third benefit of photography in relation to your mental health is it gives you a creative voice. Being creative is a wonderful thing. It's taking things out of your mind and putting it in the real world. And it doesn't matter if anyone else sees it. Just knowing that you've taken something and brought it to life and being creative is an absolute confidence boost. And there are several studies out there that say that engaging in creativity can do wonders for your mental health. You can do it on a daily, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes per day or for longer periods. Just actively being creative consistently is shown to improve your mental health, and photography can be your creative tool to get out your creative voice. So don't overlook it. The next benefit is photography encourages physical activity. Now, we know by now that physical activity not only impacts your physical health, it also impacts your mental health as well. It releases endorphins and it gives you those good vibes that make you feel good about yourself, make you feel confident, and feel more positive and assured in your day-to-day existence. The best thing about photography is that you're not really focused on the exercise, and it doesn't matter what type of photography you're doing, whether it's landscape photography or just in-home studio photography. You're still being physically active to some degree, and you're not being overwhelmed by the idea of being in the gym where the primary focus is being active. Instead, you're focused on making images and you're getting all those benefits of physical activity as well at the same time. So see it from that point of view. Photography helps you be physical, which also improves your mental health. Looking at the next benefit, photography gives you human connection. Whether you're a portrait photographer who has to interact with so many people throughout your career and obviously have quite an intimate interaction with them as you're helping them feel comfortable in their own skin, or you're a street photographer who's out with the street community, making images and interacting with people, photography gives you human connection. And that is vital for how we feel in life about ourselves and in our minds. If you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one of them is ensuring you have some form of community and bond and connection with your fellow humans. And that's going to do wonders for your confidence, for your self-esteem, and feeling valued and heard and seen and accepted within society. Again, pick up that camera, get out there, socialize, and you'll start seeing some improvement in the terms of your mental health, whether it's improving it or managing it. The next benefit photography can have on your mental health is it gives you purpose. How many times do we see people who are struggling with their mental health saying they don't know their purpose in life, they don't know why they're here, they don't know what they're meant to be doing? Photographers, we don't have that problem because we know why we get up every day. We know what spurs us on to live this existence to the best of our ability. So having photography, it gives you a purpose, it gives you an identity, and those are two very important factors for you feeling good about yourself and within your state of mind. So another great benefit is photography helps us reassess the past. Quick peek behind the fourth wall, 2023 was the worst year of my life. But if you look at the photographs that I made that year, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was one of the best. That's not to say that the images are being deceitful. In fact, it's actually giving me a more balanced reflection of what happened. You see, I was severely ill and I was overcoming this illness, and it made life really difficult. But I used photography as a crux to keep going and to keep getting through it. Now, as traumatic as that experience was, when I think about 2023, it's not just filled with trauma and PTSD. There's a balance where I look at some of the positive experiences I had and going back to my home city, reconnecting with my friends and family, and I can look on it with a much more positive outlook and also managing the challenging emotions that year brings up, which in turn just has a more all-round beneficial impact on my mental health. And the final benefit, and the most important, photography can help you manage the day-to-day struggles of life, okay? We've all got struggles, some very severe, some just day-to-day struggles that we all have to deal with, and it can really put pressure on our mental health and our mindset. Having photography to either document difficult things that we're going through or to take our mind away from them is just a useful tool to have, and we're not always living in the doom and gloom of our challenges. So pick up your camera and just really use it to your advantage of dealing with the day-to-day issues that come from just living life in general. Okay, so those were my 8 benefits photography can have on your mental health. I want to know what you think the benefits are. Let me know down in the comments and let's start a conversation. Also, if you like this video, please do subscribe, hit a like, and tap the bell icon so you get notified when I next publish. Until the next one, I'm Dan, this is Them Frames, see ya.